Hi everyone, bad car symptoms here. The ignition coils are a very important part of your car's ignition system. Their function is to provide the power for the spark plugs to ignite the air-fuel mixture within the engine cylinder. This video will show you some of the most common symptoms when the coils are failing or not working at all. So stay tuned. Bad car symptoms. Rough idling. With a bad ignition coil, the first symptom you'll probably notice is rough idling. Instead of the smooth idling, the revs will oscillate when you start the engine and stabilize later as the engine warms up. When the coil totally fails, the idling will be rough all the time. Higher fuel consumption. You may also notice that the fuel consumption is higher than usual. At first, it may be barely noticeable, but later, and this is a rough estimate, the consumption can be higher from 30 to even 50%. Bad acceleration. All of this will be also accompanied by bad acceleration. The gas pedal response will be slow and numb. Also, when you press the pedal, you may feel a slight jolt before the car starts responding. Also, the engine may frequently stall before starting to accelerate. The check engine light appears. By this time, probably the check engine light will also appear on the dashboard. At first, it may appear occasionally, but when the later, more dramatic symptoms start, it will probably be on all the time. Engine misfire. Now for the more dramatic symptom, and that is engine misfire. You'll easily notice this as the engine will not run evenly and smoothly, but will first sputter, or worse, you'll hear an occasional loud bang sound. All engine cylinders are not working. This symptom of a bad ignition coil is probably the scariest. Due to a bad ignition coil, one or more of the cylinders do not fire up at all. The consequence of this is that the engine produces a sharp clunking and thumping noise, and you'll see the engine violently jumping and vibrating in the engine bay. A cracking noise coming from the engine bay. You may also hear a distinct cracking noise when the engine is running. This is usually caused by a cracked or damaged coil casing. This happens due to excessive heat exposure and material fatigue. Because of the high voltage, the spark jumps around the coil onto the engine instead of going directly to the spark plug, which then causes the cracking sound. Heavy cranking. Last on this list, you may experience occasional heavy cranking. One time everything is okay, the next time you'll have to crank for a longer period of time, for a couple of times in a row to start the car. If you suspect that the ignition coils are bad, make sure that you've also checked the electric connections to them. These often fail and cause problems due to constant exposure to heat from the engine. Of course, also check that the spark plugs are clean and in good condition. If you're connecting an OBD tool to see what the problem is, you may get the P0351 or similar DTC code. So that's it for this time. We hope the video helps. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.